Atlanta 911 operator 7999. What is the address of your emergency?
I'm at 1110 West Peachtree Street on the 11th floor. We have an active shooter.
May 3rd, 2023.
It really was just a normal day. It was a beautiful day outside, nothing out of the ordinary.
Alicia Hollinger walked inside the Northside Medical Center around noon. She didn't walk out.
We hear of mass shootings across America all the time. You don't really think that you're going to be the victim of that.
As she was on the elevator up, a gunman opened fire on the 11th floor. This is what happened next through the ears and the eyes of those who experienced it minute by minute, second by second.
Atlanta 911 operator 2662. What is the location of your emergency?
The first 911 call made at 12:09.
1110 West Peachtree Street, Suite 100, active shooter, employee shot. Please help.
The first officers on scene 5 minutes later at 12:14. Making their way up 11 floors as far as they know, walking into an active shooting.
Once we arrived on scene, we had a threat. We didn't know at that point where he was.
Incredibly tense moments. What they found, no shooter, but 5 shot. The lobby covered in blood. One of those victims,
I was shot point blank range in the face.
Alicia Hollinger.
I had a female, and I can see blood. I saw that she was shot in her left side of her face and her jaw area.
I was not at a point where I knew what was going on.
Alicia, miraculously calm, collected, knowing at least now she had the help she needed.
In that moment, I had a peace that surrounded me.
She caressed my hand. I feel like we just had a connection that was there, but it wasn't really spoken on.
And it's hard to even explain, but I truly did feel that I would survive this event.
I'm Tracy Hutchins with Atlanta News. First, we are following an active shooter situation.
I knew something was up when our executive producer came to me and said, okay, go on set. We've got some breaking news.
Atlanta News first broke into programming at 12:51.
We can see a number of officers with their weapons drawn.
It is real because you see the intensity of the crews on the ground, and you can see officers running down the street and a number of emergency vehicles.
Tracy, we're actually being pushed back right now another 15 feet.
It's just not safe to be near Northside Medical right now.
And before we knew it, we had pictures.
That is the image of the suspect.
Still surveillance pictures of the suspect that they were looking for at the time. And I think in many ways that made it very real and very scary.
It was a manhunt that stretched the entire city of Atlanta and beyond.
We are looking for Deon Patterson.
Deon Patterson named a suspect at 2:37. Meanwhile, on the other side of town,
we were alerted that there was a potential for a large number of gunshot wound victims to come at one time.
Dr. Kohler at Grady Hospital prepared for the worst.
They didn't know if I would live or not. When I go back and read my medical records, it's nothing short of a miracle. Grady was absolutely incredible. They've provided us with extraordinary care.
They didn't pick to come that day, but they didn't have a choice, so we will do everything to make sure that they are taken care of and taken care of well.
We will be eternally grateful.
Alicia, beginning the road to recovery, the man who put her there, still on the run.
We did not know where this person was, so there was fear across the metro that there could be more victims.
Hours later,
by looking back at some of the cameras, we did spot what appeared to be a suspect in this area.
It was cameras in Cobb County that spotted the suspect, first in a stolen car, then on foot, running into this construction site.
A construction site where police have weapons drawn.
The circle closing in. And 22 minutes before 8,
Slowly keep walking towards us.
Patterson held at gunpoint by officers.
Put your hands on the ground in front of you.
And then,
move it.
I don't feel animosity, I don't feel anger, so I refuse to live the remainder of my days in fear and doubt.
Because when you come that close to death,
even if I wouldn't have survived that day, God is still good.
You realize every minute, every second counts.
And I truly, truly believe that.
It's been a year since Alicia Hollinger's life changed.
I'm feeling a lot better. It's getting back to normal life. doing the things that we enjoy as a family, and just get back to that sense of normalcy again. And it's very emotional. You almost have a little bit of guilt for being the one that survived. There were 2 of us that were shot, in the head and face that day, and Amy St. Pierre did not survive. She should still be alive today.
39-year-old Amy St. Pierre died on the 11th floor the day of the shooting.
I know it's been tough.
I want you to meet one of her closest friends, Julie.
You say sometimes you close your eyes and you still see Amy. If there was one thing you could say when it comes to Amy St. Pierre, when it comes to her legacy, when it comes to what she's leaving behind, what would it be?
For Julie, what was once making memories is now cherishing them.
Amy was a brilliant person who was very connected with everyone that she loved, and she was a mother, and she was a daughter, and a sister, and a niece, and an auntie.
If there was an opportunity to speak to her one last time, even if you knew that would be your last time, what would you want her to know?
I would want her to know how much we miss her and how much we were learning from her and still had more to learn from her. She was one of those people who was so special in life that I did tell her in life that I thought she was great. I would want her to know that we're going to keep trying to make a difference, that the tragedy that happened, that is her murder, that from a mass shooting, that it shouldn't be in vain. It was wonderful having the opportunity to be her friend.